Hello, everyone. Welcome back once again in the third session of the Certified Ethical Hacker. Today's topic is footprinting and reconnaissance. This is a very important topic for any hacker. So, if you are a hacker or ethical hacker, gray hat hacker, whatever type of hacker you are, it is very important that you collect the information about the target. So, this footprinting and reconnaissance it about the collection of the basic information. So for example, you are going for a war, so you get the intel according your adversary. So if you gain the strategic information of your opposition, chances of winning your war are higher. If you don't know about the adversaries, chances are there that get surprised whatever is happening and it's you lose the war, right? So this is very important that you collect information. So this is about the today's topic is about the collecting the intel about your target. So how are you going to do it? So what are the different techniques and all? That's what I'm going to cover in this session. So very first thing, that what is footprinting? Okay, so let me take a blank slide here so that I can write it much on that, right? So very first thing, what is footprinting? So footprinting is the first step of any attack on any information system which an attacker collects information about a target network. So it is basically collecting information about a target, and that is before attack. You have not launched it, you have not sent any malware, you have not prepared any malware, you haven't done anything, but it is just collecting information about a target, and this is before the anything, just like basic thing you are preparing, that's it. Okay, so why we are doing that one? Just to intrude our system. So you can also write if you want that, but this is like essence of what basically the footprinting is. So now if I write here the footprinting, okay, that's what we are talking about. So footprinting is of two types, or basically the two types of things can be done here. The very first thing is known as an active footprinting, or I would just FP, it will be faster. And other one is passive. So I will explain passive one first. Okay. So in the passive footprinting, what's happening here? You gather information without interaction to the target. So because the chances are there, if you're interacting, if you're launching any scan or you try to reach that system, there are chances that they will come to know that you are trying to do it, right? So for example, let's suppose recently we had a war between India and Pakistan, right? So what happened that, let's suppose Pakistan launched their huge number of drones to get the location of our missiles defense system, right? That where are the location from where the pinpoints are there. So if you are doing that way, that is an active footprinting, because now uh, the Indians came to know that, okay, basically we came to know that, okay, they are launching and they are trying to identify our location. But anyhow, if they use their you know detectives or secret agent or the some different methods to collect that information, not launching a drones, or the way we get that information, that will be known as a passive. Let's suppose there is a person who is near to that any defense site, and he comes to know or that, okay, this is a location there, and now he's calling, or uh, they are calling to the adversaries, and over there they are telling that, okay, I have the missile location here, and this is the strategic location there. That's how they are deployed. That is known as the passive, because that's how chances are there that Indian defense system, they will not come to know that okay, they are our information has been leaked. But anyhow, that has been leaked. So there's like, it doesn't mean that you are leaking the information and the agents will not get you. Obviously, they will come and get back to you, but chances are there that you get some time. Meanwhile, the harm has been done. Okay. While the active footprinting, now you also understand that active footprinting, like they are like launching the drones. Okay, so now you are directly interacting with the target. So if you are interacting with the targets, that is basically an active footprinting. So that we can say as a direct interaction. Okay, so when there is a direct interaction with the target, then it is known as the active footprinting. And whenever there's no interaction with the target, without interaction, you collect the information passive way, like here and there, you collect information. That is known as the passive footprinting. So, what are the information we can like get in this way? Like, what are the information you want to collect it? The very first thing, you want to collect the organization information. So what you will get in the organization information, for example, the employee details, telephone numbers, location, background of the organization, what are the technologies they are using. So if you are like number of employees, how many, which type of devices they are using. So if you get these type of informations, that is known as the organization information. Second is about the network information. So you're collecting the information about the target. So in the network information, you try to get that what is the DNS, right? Because whenever they are we are trying to get any services or trying to access any web page, the very first thing we interact with the DNS. How the IP addresses are reachable of the system. Is there any network block? Like have do they have any IP block list in the system or not? So we have to identify the information that you launch an attack and your IP is already blocked. So you can't get that one. So that information you are collecting, that comes under the network information. Third type of information you try to collect about the system information. So system information tells you about the what type of operating system we are using, what is the location of the web servers, which type of users are there, what could be the probable passwords. Sometimes we also see the attack of the common names, for example, Bob, admin, Julia, right? So the very common name we try to hit with that username and try to break the systems. That people, sometimes people keep the usernames with these. For example, the admin is very common, but for example, my name is Anuj, so there are chances that I uh, create a username with the Anuj, right? Or with the surname, including some initials or like suffix or prefix. So that's how like we will try with the user and then random some parts. For example, I will try with Anuj and Anuj. So that's why basically the information we will try to get it, and we we will try to get that. Okay, is that sufficient? Can we get in the system or not? Okay. Next thing, like why we are doing that footprinting, right? So what is the objective? So what we are going to achieve it? The very first thing that we going to achieve, the knowledge of the security posture, right? That what how basically the security is there, where are the blocks in the system, what are the operating system, how can we break them, is that operating system vulnerable or not, is that strong or not, right? After that one, we try to reduce the focus area, because if you know everything, you will target only the known vulnerabilities, not everything. You know that there's a weakness in the system, or you know that okay, this is a and Mac OS. So you will try only the focus on the Mac OS. You will not prepare malware which is targeting to the Windows or Linux or Solaris. So you will only target the Mac OS. So that's information you have because you have collected that information under the footprinting. But if you don't have that information, you haven't collected, you have to prepare malware which will be working in all of the systems. Obviously, it's not easy to prepare a malware which will work on everything. So we have to be very specific. The chances of success are more. Next thing is like identifying the vulnerabilities. So because you are collecting the information, that's how you can come to know about the vulnerabilities. Once you have the vulnerabilities, you are ready to exploit them. You will write a malware for that. You will send a ransomware, a Trojan, whatever you want. Oh, this is number 4. Now you can try drawing a network map. So network map is basically like, for example, you hack a system here in the one laptop. You hack it. So how basically from that laptop you can connect to the uh, AD server. How's the connectivity? You can try to correlate that. Okay, how many devices we are having? Is there a firewall in between or not? So that information you will collect via the footprinting. So looking on to a basic thing or looking on to that information, there's a huge number of methods we can use it in order to collect the information. So I have taken a slide from the EC Council. Uh, uh, One slide that was like really very good. So I just wanted to show you, and let me project it on my screen. Okay, this is the slide. So these are basically the footprinting techniques, that how many footprinting techniques we are having. So very first thing and very popular one, that how we can collect the information. Very first thing, number one is like footprinting through the search engines. Like there are multiple search engines and you can collect information from them. So I'll just you can read them, but I will just go through the main footprinting technique very first. Other one is footprinting through the web services. So we have the different web services running. From there we can get the different information, whatever the information we spoke about just now. Footprinting through the social networking sites, footprinting, website footprinting, email footprinting, who is. So that's where basically like DNS comes in the picture, right? And network information you are collecting there. So footprinting through the social engineering. So there are different ways, like what are the information you want to collect it. So if you want to collect this information, what are the different methods to use it? So for example, you want to do the footprinting through the search engine. So they are available in the advanced Google hacking techniques are available. You can use them and collect the information regarding your target. So here we have like Google hacking databases and Google advanced search. So advanced, for example, there's like a hack what I usually do. So for example, you want to search that, okay, what are the most popular video in my area, right? So what we do, you can type in the Google and it suggests values. So for example, you start with like what is. So when you type what is in your Google, it automatically suggests the top searches. So now you come to know that, okay, what are the highest number of search people are looking right now. So that's basically information you are collecting regarding that. You can go to the videos metadata. So metadata is like whenever you have any web page, every web page informs some metadata and you collect the information from that. FTP, we will be just getting all these details once again in the detail, like one by one in the upcoming sessions. Okay. Now we have the second one, footprinting to the web services. So these are the web services technique. You can read it because only you have to read it carefully. So you can pause the video and you can read them slowly. So these are like just if you read the name within itself, like you uh, self-explanatory. For example, the financial services on job sites. So it is very well known that you request a credit card and the agent who is applying for a credit card, he gets all the information, your PAN card details, your ITR, the salary slip, your all, most of the confidential data. Same thing whenever you're applying for a job in any of the job portal, you upload most of the details. So if I'm a hacker, I will try to, very first thing I will, provide a job opportunity. And now I will ask a lot of peoples to apply for that job. And now I have all the resumes. And in fact, like whenever, if I become a paid member of any of the job portal, I can access a lot of resumes. So whenever I access the resumes, I get a lot of data from there. Same thing like where if you're putting an ITR, I have information regarding your financial statements, what's your salary and all, right? So obviously dark web is also one of them. So these are like most of the things like self-explanatory type of thing. You can read them. Second is third one is footprinting through social network. This is a very popular nowadays. So uh, I will just give you a homework for this social engineering because this is very well known. I think you might have heard in the advertisement and here and a lot of them. So just write in the comment section that what you know about the social engineering. I'm not going to explain it here. So just give you the clue. So for example, you upload the photos in the Instagram, right? So let's say you have some background that where you're going today, you are outside. Sometimes you put uh, photo in the Instagram that you have credit card on your table that's showing your credit card number. So what you understand to the social networking, you can post in the comment, or if you have faced any issues, you keep on getting the calls regarding the social engineering. Well, there's a different methods for the social engineering, and let me tell you, this is the most vulnerable thing uh, in this era because it is very hard to break the systems, but it is very easy to break a human. Anybody can call you, they can fool you that okay, this is that your father is in distress, so your father give me your number and transfer money to you and you transfer money to me, right? That's a lot of news you might have heard or it might have happened to you, right? So just tell me your experience. Let's see that is it matching with me or not, or you know it about it or not. Else like I'll explain it in the next slides. Now we have the website for printings. So this is basically like collecting information from the websites. Email footprintings like you get an email, okay, and from that email you get the information, for example, from where, who is the sender, what are information regarding that one, right? So that's how we can collect it. So who is lookup is basically the location that where basically you are. So you might know that the IP addresses are very location is specific. If if your IP is exposed, or I know your IP, I can easily come to know that on which location you are. Obviously I cannot know the pinpoint location, but yeah, I can know the city, that on which city you are. DNS footprinting, I will can come to know that from where you have doing the DNS lookup, what are your DNS interrogation, how basically are going to do for the reverse DNS lookup, okay. So don't worry, I will I will explain these things in the upcoming classes as well. Okay. So this is just to walk through that what I'm going to tell you. Not everything I will be covering, but yeah, most of the important whatever mostly used that I will cover once again. Network footprinting, one of the very important thing. So here we try to do the locate network ranges, that what are the network IP address range you are using, what are the ports are open. We use the trace route, that how basically we are reaching you, how many hops are required to reach one of the target, right? And footprinting to the social engineering was the most important right here. So how basically they are doing. So you can see it here: eavesdropping, shoulder surfing, dumpster driving, impersonation. Yeah, just like also just tell me about the shoulder surfing. What do you know about the shoulder surfing? Write down in the comments if you know it. This shoulder surfing. This is a very most of the we just take it lightly and your information is leaked. You might be have listening that you are reading your WhatsApp in your lift, right? You're sitting inside the lift, or like you're sitting in the bus, you're reading your WhatsApp news, and people from the back end, he's reading your WhatsApp chat. That's basically shoulder surfing. But still, like if you know it, uh, you can just write in the comment section what you know about that shoulder surfing, or has it happened to you or not. Okay, so two things about the social engineering. and the shoulder surfing. These two things, your homework. Get back to me, and I'll stop it here and see you in the next session about the more details of these footprinting methodologies. Keep practicing, and keep learning. See you. Bye bye.